Hi, everyone, and happy Monday. Welcome back to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today, we are joined by Bill Hesch of William E. Hesch Law Firm and CPAs. He has an upcoming event at the Chamber of Commerce where he's going to be talking about mistakes that business owners can make when it comes to tax planning, succession planning, and estate planning. It's a really important discussion, especially if you own a business and you're thinking about your future. Bill has some great pointers. He's been in business for a very long time, so I hope you guys stick around for that. Thank you to our podcast sponsors, CVG, our title sponsor, C Crew Consulting, our digital sponsor, and our episode sponsors, Haran and Heartland Bank. Have you been out in Florence and driven by Turfway Park recently and wondered what progress they're making on the $145 million renovation happening out there? Join us for Eggs and Issues, the future of horse racing, on Tuesday, May 10th at Receptions. Attendees of Eggs and Issues will get an inside look at the future of the industry and details on the renovations at Turfway Park, which is slated to reopen in September. Remember to get your tickets at nkychamber.com. I'm sure this Eggs is going to be a packed house. Congratulations once again to our outstanding Women of Northern Kentucky honorees. The awards honor women who exemplify notable achievement, outstanding service in their professions, or to Northern Kentucky, and the qualities of personal integrity, perseverance, and leadership. That event later this month is sold out, but you can learn more about each of these women by visiting our social media channels or by going to the Northern Kentucky Tribune and reading the article there about those women. Now let's go meet our members of the week, hear from our sponsors, and I will meet you guys back here with Bill.
CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. C-Crew gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, C-Crew generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can C-Crew do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we'll highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. American Home Tech provides full-service restoration in both residential and commercial construction. The Bark Park and Patio provides a backyard experience where you can enjoy your favorite beer while watching your four-legged friend play in a 1.5-acre field. USI is one of the largest insurance brokerage and consulting firms in the world, delivering property and casualty, employee benefits, personal risk, program and retirement solutions to large risk management clients, middle market companies, smaller firms, and individuals. Military groups in need of a Fort Campbell charter bus rental can count on GoGo Charters for safe, discreet, and professional transportation. Trent Ledbetter at Northwestern Mutual offers clients tailored financial plans aligning your life goals with your finances. Hi, everyone. I am joined by Bill Hesch. He is the owner of William E. Hesch Law Firm and CPAs. Bill, thanks for joining us today.
It's great to be here.
Yes. So tell me about your company and what you do.
Well, I manage my law firm and my CPA firm in Oakley Square. I started my business nearly 29 years ago, and we've been active in the chamber pretty much the whole time I've been in business. And that goes back when I first started, it was just myself out of my apartment. So I had an apartment in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, and started this business. And today we have 9 employees. And so it's been a great journey. The chamber's always been a very important part of my marketing and my networking, which is why I originally joined the chamber, was to grow my business. And it was very instrumental when I first started out, because When I first started out, I doubled my business in 3 years, and I doubled it in 3 years, and I doubled it in 4 years. So that's when I first got involved in the chamber, and I have a lot of long-term relationships with a lot of good people that I've worked with over the past 25 years from the chamber.
Yeah, and that is incredible. We love our longtime members. And
That's
so
right.
you're not just an attorney, you're also, you run the CPA firm. What makes that so unique about your business? You said it's a little bit different than other businesses.
Well, one of the biggest complaints everybody has is they can't ever get a hold of their CPA or their attorney. I'm kind of unique in a way because I answer my phone when they call me half the time, and they're startled. Clients love the fact that we're really accessible. The other thing is that every time that we have a meeting, they're bringing their attorney and their CPA to the meeting. So we work on small businesses, on tax planning, and also I'm also what's called a personal financial specialist. That is a CPA that specializes in financial planning. So a lot of the work that I do with my clients, whether it's business planning, personal financial planning, retirement planning, it's just a very unique set of skills where I'm focused in helping my business owners with their estate planning, their succession planning, and their tax planning. And it's a one-stop shop in that regard. I have a great team of professionals that have been with me for a number of years. And so that kind of helps too when you have a good team of people behind you. It just makes life really easy for everyone, quite frankly.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple of words that ring a bit of a bell to me. You have an event coming up at the Chamber on May 25th for members. Tell me about that event.
Yes, it is called the Top 10 Mistakes Business Owners Make in Tax Planning, Succession Planning, and Estate Planning. This goes back around 7 years. I've been doing this program. I had to take a time out with COVID, but this is probably the 6th or 7th time that I presented the program to the Chamber. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. We talk about tax planning for an hour. And then at 9:15, we take another hour to talk about succession planning for business owners. And then we spend the last hour, it gets over around 11:15, we talk about estate planning for business owners. And the thing that's really important that clients don't understand is that the business a lot of time is really the owner. And I think COVID was a wake-up call for a lot of people. It isn't a matter of doing planning for succession planning when you die, but what if you become sick?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen in your business? So we kind of focus on the structure that your business needs to have in place in order for whether it's going to be family or a key employee to take over and run your business. You're only a car accident away. You're only a COVID illness away from, quite frankly, having your business be destroyed if you don't have the planning. Planning is the key. Mm-hmm. So this summer is going to talk about the top mistakes business owners make. And so the whole idea is it's a workshop so that you'll have tools that we'll give you at the workshop to help you work with your CPA. I'm going to give you the information. You can go to your CPA and you can talk to them about tax planning. You can go to your attorney and talk to them about succession planning. Do you have the documents in place for your business to continue to run if you are suddenly in the hospital for 6 months? And then, of course, estate planning. That's always important. The key thing in estate planning is who gets what and when. Mm-hmm. And it's really interesting because a lot of people don't know. A lot of these businesses are in Northern Kentucky, and they don't know that if they don't have a will, which half the people statistically do not have a will, that if you're married and you have children under Kentucky law, if you do not have a will, half of your estate goes to your spouse and the other half of the estate goes to your children. Now, you may or may not want that, but I find most clients would want their spouse to inherit everything, and then the kids can fend for themselves after mom or dad dies, okay? So again, these are some things that people just don't know. So we try to educate. We try to give the people that attend the seminar information so hopefully they'll take action. And that's the key. And then we give them the tools and we give them the right questions to ask their attorney, their CPA, their financial planner. And so, another thing I'll mention too, that's a big part of my law practice is elder law and Medicaid planning. The number one fear that baby boomers have when they turn 65 is they're going to outlive their money. A lot of people are out there that are in their baby boomers in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, and they're afraid they're going to lose their house to the nursing home. Statistically, 2 out of 3 people go to the nursing home, and then the average stay is 4 years. So you start doing the math, a lot of people might have $500,000 or $1 million. and that can get easily eaten up by the nursing home. What people don't realize, if you're married, that the Medicaid says you got to pay for the nursing home care, but we'll let you keep your house is exempt and you have $130,000. So if you have $1 million, you got to spend all that money down to $130,000 on the nursing home before you qualify for Medicaid. So we do a lot of advanced planning is really important for Medicaid planning, elder law planning. So there's a lot of business owners that are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that these are issues they have to really work with their mom and dad about, quite frankly. So our firm does, the young married couple estate planning, the young person. We do a lot of startup businesses. We want to have everything in place. If you have a young family, as a financial planner, I don't sell insurance, but you need to look at your life insurance, your disability insurance, and your long-term care insurance. So I try to help clients really holistically to look at the whole picture. Do you have all your ducks in a row? And that's the purpose of this seminar, whether you're young or old, in middle age, whatever it is, everybody has issues that they need to do some planning with.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I know that is something as a young person that I am told a lot. Plan now so you don't make mistakes later. And when we talk about businesses, you said you work with a lot of small businesses, you work with a lot of startups. When you think about that estate planning, the succession planning, and the tax planning, what's a mistake that you see fairly often that businesses are either overlooking or something that they're making a mistake with?
I think one of the big mistakes everybody has, they don't have a financial durable power of attorney, and they don't have maybe a healthcare power of attorney. So the point is that if something happens suddenly, whether it's COVID, that's what a lot of families had, or if it's a car accident, we have a lot of, it happens every day. And so they don't have the documents in place that allows their business to basically transition so that someone can step in and take over the operation of the business if something happens. If you're a startup business and something happens to you, a lot of times you don't have a lot of employees, but your spouse has to have information. They have to communicate with their spouse so that their spouse could at least take over and operate things. You need to have contingency plans. Sometimes the businesses are so small that you might have to really work with another company. So I've done this with dentists and professionals that are, a one-person business or two-person business, that you go to a competitor and you back each other up, say, hey, if something happens, I want you to come in and back me up. And if something happens to me, I'll back you up. I've done that with dentists. I've done that with other professionals so that, somebody's got to serve those clients that they're working on. And so you want to be able to have a plan in place, but you have to have the legal documents in place that allows your family to step in and operate the business. And that's a big mistake a lot of companies don't have. They haven't worked with their attorney. They haven't worked with their CPA. They don't have the documents in place that they really need so the business can continue during a period of disability.
Right. And Bill,
especially death. Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, I mean, especially if you die, then it's really sad. And I've had that happen too many times over the years. So I've been practicing a long time, and I have a good team of professionals. And unfortunately, there are situations where it really is devastating. And that's why I try to get out there and spread the word. Planning is so important. And that old adage, failing to plan is planning to fail. So they know what they need to do, but they don't get around to it. They really need to take the time to meet with an attorney and their CPA to make sure that they're okay if something happens.
Yeah. And that event that's coming up, like I said, it's on May 25th at the Chamber starting at 8 a.m. And how can people sign up or register for that event?
Well, we'll have a link if you can contact, at heschlaw.com. We'll also have a link through the Chamber. And so so I think the easiest thing to do would be contact my office. We'll make sure you're okay. And so you can call the office phone number at 513-731-6601 or heschlaw.com, and you can send a message. And we'll be putting a sign up link on the website with heschlaw.com.
Okay, perfect. And we'll put a little link down here so our viewers can get to that easily.
That would be great.
Yes, so we try to make it as easy as possible. And we hope some people come out to that event. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, you have been a longtime Chamber member. You mentioned that earlier. As someone who has been a member for so long, what are some things that I guess you would impart to younger chamber members, maybe people who haven't been involved with the chamber for very long? How can they take full advantage of their membership with us?
Well, I think you really have to show up as a bottom line. I mean, yeah, I think that I always talk to clients, if you want to double your business, double the number of places you go to with the chamber, double the number of contacts you have every week. You have to focus on a daily, weekly basis. That's how you build success in your business. It doesn't just happen. It happens through a lot of hard work and effort. You might basically dedicate at least 1 hour a day, whatever it is, that you're going to be active with the chamber or following up with contacts, meeting someone for lunch. It's a combination of factors that I kind of look at my success. It's probably around 20 things I've done over the years. Okay. Consistently a lot of different things. It's not one thing. It's a whole combination of activity. And in particular, one of the best, I think, chamber committees to be involved with is the Ambassadors Committee. I've been involved with that since I started. In the Ambassadors Committee, you're getting to meet new members, so they don't know anybody else. And you have the opportunity every month to get a new member to go visit and welcome them to the chamber. And I have gotten a couple of very good clients out of that introductory meeting. And one in particular I'll mention is Cincy Magazine. Eric Harmon, when he started the magazine 17 years ago, I was a chamber member and I picked Eric to contact, and I contacted him, and he was running his first magazine in January of that year, and I said, well, I'll buy an ad. So I bought an ad in his magazine, and we started a great relationship from there. The last 17 years, And in fact, as a result of being active with Eric and the Cincy Magazine, I've been recognized as a leading lawyer in the trust and estate area for the past 17 years. So it's one of those things that you just don't wait for people to give to you. You give to them, and then God takes care of the rest. I think it's really important that you're out there giving and helping people and helping new chamber members and being active in the community through different community organizations. And the chamber gives you a lot of network of people so that when you show up, you're going to see people that you met at the chamber when you're active. I've been very active, for example, with Redwood School over the years, and on their planned giving committee and on their board. And that's an area that touches my heart. You go to Redwood School and you see the children, they're so disadvantaged. They serve over 400 children, 500 children there in their program up till they're age 18. And, you give back to the community. And I think that's just part of being a good, responsible corporate business citizen. And so I do think that the biggest thing I would recommend for any chamber member is to really be active. Get out there and show up and really give and offer your time and your service to other new members and other business people. And that's part of it too. When you have for me, I'll meet with any new client at no charge for half an hour, and I'll give them free advice. I always felt that, well, if you're going to hire me as an advisor, you might as well get some advice and see if you like what I have to say. And I can share with you, part of my success is half the time they're hearing something that their advisors had never told them before. Mm-hmm. That's getting a new client in my business. Whether it's a CPA, give them tax ideas. As an attorney, give them legal advice. You start analyzing their situation, identifying things that help them. And they said, gee, I didn't realize that. And so why wouldn't they want to hire me as an attorney or CPA? So it works.
Yeah. Well, if it works, and you would know because you've been in business for so long.
Yeah, it'll be 29 years come May. And it's been a great run. And quite frankly, I know when I first started with the chamber, I had just myself and a half-time employees when I started. And so it's been a great run. I now have 2 CPAs and a tax manager that work with me. And that on the law side, I have 3 attorneys that work with me now, as well as a full-time law clerk and also a part-time law clerk. So, and I have an office manager. So we have a good team of professionals that it really makes my life easy. I got to tell you that we have some really good people here.
Yeah, that is incredible to hear. We love our longtime members. We love longtime businesses and people who are active and wonderful in our community. One of the things I want to ask you before I let you go, what is it about Northern Kentucky and Greater Cincinnati that you think has helped your business, has helped you thrive, and has really gotten you to grow in this space?
I think the one thing that I would share with you is there's a difference going across the river in Northern Kentucky. My business is based in Ohio, but a third of my business is in Kentucky. I've been a lifelong resident of Kentucky until last year. I moved to Ohio for the first time. But aside from that, the thing I find is that people are open and friendly, and it makes a big difference when you're trying to do business. So when you go to the chamber, you're going to find that you have a different experience when you go to the Northern Kentucky Chamber and you go to networking meetings about the openness, the friendliness, the people want to help other people at all levels. Whether you're just, starting out in business and you're young in your career, or you're an experienced business owner, you can network with other experienced business owners. It's just something, it's different, I got to tell you. And that's what's special about the Northern Kentucky Chamber, that it's time well spent, because you're going to, basically, I've met lifetime friends. And that's been part of, I've been there a long time, and they have been lifetime friends. And everybody's asking, well, when are you going to retire? I had to let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to retire around 15 years. So people say, oh, well, then I put that to bed. So I'm just really enjoying the ride. There's a lot really to celebrate, and I'm very grateful and thankful for that.
Yeah, well, you have had an incredible run for being in business for nearly 30 years, being a chamber member for nearly all that time. Bill, it is so valuable and wonderful to talk to you. Before I let you go, is there anything that you would like to share with our podcast guests about your business, about your upcoming event, about Northern Kentucky or Greater Cincinnati before I let you go?
Well, I do want to mention the seminar again, because we will be doing that on Facebook Live. I did that the last time I did it. The last time I did the seminar was February before COVID, and we had 30 videos of all the top 10 mistakes. You can actually go back to February of 2020 and see the whole program. Now, the point is, life has changed, particularly tax planning and other issues with estate planning and financial planning. So it's not going to be the same program. It's always a different program. So that's something I wanted to mention. I do want to mention too that from a tax perspective, there's a lot of really good planning, and a big mistake that some people make as small businesses and startup businesses. I want to mention on the CPA side, the biggest mistake I see people making is they think they should be an S corporation, which is a choice of entity. So if you're a business owner, you have a choice to be a Schedule C sole proprietorship. There's 2 or more owners, you're a partnership, but you have a choice to be what's called a C corporation or an S corporation. And my recommendation for most startup businesses is you do not want to be an S corporation. Common mistake. And a lot of people that are S corporations, quite frankly, should not be an S corporation. So that's something I would share on the CPA side. And then the other thing I'm going to share that I think is important that a lot of people need to know is about this Medicaid and elder law planning. That's one of the things that our law firm specializes in. We do probate work for both Ohio and Kentucky. Amy, the attorney in my office that works with me she's been with me for 17, 18 years. She's also licensed in Florida. I have 2 other attorneys, Katie and also Genevieve Campbell and Katie Berger. So, we have a lot of strong experience in helping the baby boomers planning for the biggest fear they have is running out of money and having to lose the money to the nursing home. So I want to mention that again, that's something that we really have focused on, and it can really help families out. I believe there's some loopholes, there's some strategies there that really do work to help save them some money.
Well, Bill, thank you so much for that insight. I hope our listeners tune in to that event on the 25th and reach out to you if they have any questions about these topics that you are an expert in. So thank you again for your time today. It was great to talk with you.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schumacher, Account Executive, Kentucky Market Leader. At Haran, we champion bold innovation to help employers and individuals thrive. As an industry thought leader, we explore new horizons in healthcare, benefits, employee engagement, and wellness. We work harder to deliver all the strategic benefits, planning, and execution you expect from a true partner. And we do it with laser focus on your short and long-term outcomes to help manage your benefits while improving your employee experience.
So Heartland is celebrating its 110th anniversary this year. Recently, we partnered with the Kinkle family and the Fisher family in northern Kentucky, Boone, Kenton, and Campbell counties. And we have 3 offices there to serve the northern Kentucky region. Just remember, when the economy heats up, come see us at Heartland Bank, where banking really feels good.
Come on over to Heartland, where banking feels good.
Thanks for sticking around for that conversation with Bill, everyone. I hope that if you are a business owner that is thinking about tax planning, estate planning, or succession planning, you register and attend that event on May 25th. I'm sure it will have a lot of valuable information. And thanks to Bill for being a longtime chamber member. I know I don't get on here and thank our members probably as much as I should, but thank you to each and every one of the Northern Kentucky Chamber members watching this podcast. We could not do what we do without you all, and we love being a part of this vibrant community. Don't forget to register for Eggs and Issues, the future of horse racing. You can get those tickets at nkychamber.com. Thank you again to our podcast sponsors, CVG, C Crew Consulting, Haran, and Heartland Bank. And finally, if you're a member who would like to be featured on the Northern Kentucky Spotlight podcast, or if you would like to become a member of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce, please reach out to Lynn Aplin. You can find her contact information on our staff directory on our website at nkychamber.com. Thanks, guys. I will talk to you next week.